Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Christelle Martinette with another reading for the month of April. Now, before I tell you how I'm going to go about things, let me just put in a plug for different services because I've had people come over again and again and again, and first-time readers go into a series of patterns. Every 2 weeks they come back for a reading, or every 3 weeks, and it would be wise to come in for a free consultation and talk about the different things that would be best for you, depending on your issues. A lot recently have come to me for past life regression, and a fair amount for hypnotherapy because of certain different issues they've had. But then we saw together that it would be best to either just go to a card reading or just go to soul therapy. And in most cases, however, we did go through past life regression. Now, I would consider all of the different services because sometimes it's just not a card reading. What you'll find is that you see patterns in your life. The same things keep happening over and over again. People come to me and say, I just can't find I just can't keep love in my life, or even no matter how I try. And others keep telling me there's illness there. It recurs often, and or my dreams, I've had nightmares over and over and over again. So every issue is different. But then most of the times, a lot of the times, just a card reading will do. So now, what are we going to do this month? This month I have here my tools, as always, but I'm thinking of doing it this way, and it will be different. It will be tailor-made for every sign, I think. So I have here my picture postcards, the fine arts picture postcards, then my Silver Witchcraft Tarot, and then my Veril cards. And of course I'll have on hand the Neapolitan cards should I need them, and crown the reading this time with my antler runes. You know that antlers fall off, and there was a wonderful woman who crafts these. They're beautiful and they're very easy to see. So on to the next, happy birthday, Aries. On to our readings for April. Hello, Aries. Well, I'm reading on the very last day of the month. I finally got my internet fiber up and running yesterday. So it was like a birthday gift. My birthday's tomorrow, the 1st of April. So I was really happy about that. Now let's see what's in store for us for the month of April. I'll first lay all of the, let's see. Quite interesting. They seem to be talking to those of us who work in the spiritual arts, I'm going to call it, the spiritual realm. Yes, indeed, it does. Indeed, they seem to be talking to people who, maybe it is also the month of April that, for those of you who are from the Catholic religion, there's an Easter holiday. There are other holidays in other religions. And spring just seems to be the rebirth, the coming up, the resurrection. We're starting again. And this is what it seems to be talking to us, Aries, that is our birthday period here. Okay, now. First of all, very, very interestingly, there is, for those of you who do work in the spiritual realm, I see very, very florid period. There is money coming in, specifically for those who work in the spiritual realm. A lot of you are seeking, whether you work in the spiritual realm or not, a lot of you are seeking different personal ways to enhance your current activity, your financial activity, and different ways that will allow you to do things easy, in a more easy fashion. You know, it seems that your idea is, I want to relax more, but at the same time not be idle, not at all. You want to streamline what you're doing, but so that you know where everything is, when you need it, and you just need to get organized. This seems like you want to get more organized. Now, I'm going to show you, there's a, well, let me show you with them one at a time. All right, this is Petrol. This is a painting by Wolfe. It was the beginning of it was 1904, Petrol. Then I have here the Cup of Tea by Mary Cassatt. It's a sort of, you know, we don't know if she's drinking or reading. You know, it gives us the impression. She's in, and there's, the plant engulfs the picture there. The plant is very prominent. And this then, which are actually very complementary, this is the Mice Are Burying the Cat, the 1760s. It's a print, a Liebach print. Now, this is a very busy, this is a work card. This is a work card. Now I have the Turning Road, again, 1906, which echoes the tea leaf by André Derault. It's an avant-garde Fauvism painting from the Fauvists school, and it also tells us that those, well, let me get you the last one, Francisco de Juraban, St. Francis in Meditation. He's from the school of Caravaggio, 1639, and this, oh, I'm sorry, I'm talking to myself. Sorry about that. Here it is. And, but, you know, it seems that it not only talks to us who work in this field, but it talks to others who feel dissatisfied with their own work, and they are looking for a certain curve, something around the bend, something that will give them more of a, I'm going to say that word again, spiritual. It's not like they want to go to an institutional church every Sunday. No. What they're interested in is something that will make them have come into touch with their feelings more than their reality, and the idea that this can't be all there is. You know, there's this thought about there has to be something more. Sure, I'm very successful. Money is coming in. I can rack my brains until the end of time thinking about how I can improve my work better. But when we come to the end of the day, what do I have? And these are the questions that will be revolving in your mind over and over again. Now, when I go back to the, I turn to the witchcraft, the spiritual witchcraft, the spiritual, I tell you, you know, it looks like I just woke up or something. The silver witchcraft, I'm on a roll with my mind, and this is why my mouth doesn't follow at the same time. The silver witchcraft, I see a lot of people moving towards spirituality. Okay, there is the Empress, the Imperatrice. This is an Italian deck. The Empress. Oops, this is the Three of Wands. The Four of Pentacles. The Three of Swords. Let's look at the Three of Swords as different from the normal tarot deck Three of Swords. The normal tarot deck Three of Swords has this heart with pierced, you know, these three swords piercing. And this is the Nine of Pentacles, which is usually a very abundant card. Look at that. Let me see if I could get this. There you go. Maybe it's just glaring. And then we have the stars, le stelle, the stars here. First of all, I see, of course, it's spring, and, you know, I would be using a cliche to say that we're being born again, but this Four of Pentacles does talk about arising from your ashes after a period with the Three of Wands of taking stock of what you have done. Very fertile with this Empress here, of course. And the Empress moves into the Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords, although it's not a pierced heart here, it's grace from above concerning love. It's cleansing things from the past and understanding the abundance in learning the lessons. These two cards are turning into a positive nature the negative, what you felt would be negative experiences of the heart. Very, very interesting this. Now, what do we have with this Verasibila? The Verasibila are calling, they're calling and calling and calling. And it's quite an interesting little spread here. First, let me read it and then I'll show you the cards. There is innocence. Right, first of all, there's a certain amount of innocence here. An innocent, playful, sexual banter with people. And a very, very new. It's as if you're a childlike, it's childlike sex. You're playing. And it's interesting, in love, it pays off. But where does it pay off? It pays off in the family, and it also pays off on the workplace, but it also helps you win the heart of someone who's so very difficult to communicate with. This is what it seems. Now, what is the most interesting of these cards are the three, beginning the three at the top. I have 3, 2, 3. And I have Consolante Sorpresa, which is a consoling surprise, Vecchia Signora, the old lady, and Pensiero. Now, speaking to positive change, with something coming your way, it's as if the universe just gave you a little push, a little hint, giving you help to open your eyes and start thinking, maybe I'm doing the wrong thing with that person. Maybe I'm doing the wrong thing. Maybe I've done the wrong thing. I could try something else, And here we have this innocent sexual banter, this playfulness with the leggerezza, lightness of being, and the giovane fanciulla, the young woman, the young child, young woman, really. And this is a sort of very innocent, playful energy. And the realms, but this is us, this is us. We are working with the mercante, the merchant, mother, donna maritata, a woman with children, woman with responsibilities nonetheless. A man with responsibilities could be here. And the artist, who is the person whose heart we would like to win. They come off as being either the strong, silent type, man or woman, either the very pensive, intellectual, closed, timid, shy, mysterious person. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a look at the runes to see how they crown the reading for us. Okay. I'm not leaving any stones unturned here, meaning that quite a few have been brought out, but they do tell us something specific. All right, first of all, they're telling us with your work, you have to seize the day, seize the opportunity to ride the wave of abundance. If things are coming your way, don't sit back. Take it forward. Take it forward. Now is the time for you to do that. Ultimately, yes, if you've done, in Italian there's an expression, ho fatto 30, posso fare 31, or maybe it's 90, 91, or something like that. I did 30, I can do 31. I've gone this far, let me get, come to completion. The management, the setting up, the doing it properly, getting in order, it's telling you to keep. Need is telling you to keep doing that, as is Urus Merkstave telling us to continue and riding the wave economically, financially. There's a lot of movement, a lot of energy around you coming out of your ashes. Now, you coming out of your ashes, I have Iwatz on its side, and it's telling you there's a portal way there. There's an opportunity there. Ora o mai più, it's now or never, not really. It's now. This now has a very wide and ample time span. You know, it's not only now today, now September, now October, now April. We're reading for April. It's not only April, now. The now extended universal time. Now in this phase of your life. This is the opportunity. Take it. Now, what are we seeing here, though? When you're taking stock of your life, you're not seeing a new birth. You're not seeing a rebirth. You're not seeing how you can change at times for many of you. And I'm seeing Bjork Merkstave and Keynotes on it, Merkstave. But the Empress is telling us that it's not a matter here of you getting into a relationship with another person for your ultimate rebirth to come about, for you to arise from your ashes. Perhaps you're undergoing a relationship that is over. Coming out of your ashes is now extended universal time. The Empress is telling us with the runes on top is that no, you do it alone. This is something you go alone. And it will be difficult for you, Aries. This change, this complete change, because I'm seeing a complete change here, will have ultimate success with Zoilo when you do it on your own. Now, there's a lot of other movement here around the Three of Swords. The distinction. The Isa is telling us over the Three of Swords that you need to very, very carefully assess what went down with that other relationship, that very important, significant other, that it may still be in your life in some form, but you need to assess that, and that assessment will ultimately bring you the abundance in the feeling of love to your life. It will bring it back to you. Now, again, you know, I have this Nine of Pentacles, and of course that is the abundance card in economic terms, usually in the tarot. But what I'm seeing here is that with Otala Merkstave, it's telling me that this is not the key to your success in this now universal time. This rebirth has to do with something that you cannot see, Pedro Merkstave. This is the nameless, faceless room weird. You need to find the key for what makes Christelle tick, what makes Suzanne tick, what makes Roberto tick, something very personal, and then ride that through. And this is going to be the bulk of the April period for you. Now, those first three cards, the Consolante Sorpresa Vecchia Signora in Pensiero, I see quite a sort of, how can I say, a stop-and-go energy with Rune Merkstave, because there is, as we of course see, the Consolante Sorpresa, that consoling surprise, this Vecchia Signora, which speaks to positive change. In the mind, here, we still have to understand what and how. Now, that means what to do and how to do it in relation to this intellectually gifted person. Now, of course, intellectually gifted person doesn't mean that they have to have a PhD. All right? Now, there is the playful energy here. You need that, like the air you breathe with Hagal Hagalas, okay? And I hope this was of help to you. I like that, that sensual playfulness. We need it, like the air that we breathe. I hope this was of help for you, Aries, until we read together again. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen.